Here's lights out. 32 points in the game. To the paint. Robinson, that's good.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Here's Baxter. Traps in the tray. He's got 6.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
There's the pass to Soap. A chance here to check out the league scoring leaders. When you look at lights out, leading the league in points per game. Such a great player.
And all you have to do is point to his name at the top of that list. Does that tell the story well enough or what? What a season.
The first free throw is good.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
He doesn't get the second one. Cleveland's got into trouble with the 3 ball in the second quarter. Only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. Lobbed up there for Drummond, and Drummond throws it down.
And when he gets himself into the right position, Drummond is so powerful in terms of finishing at the rim. The only way to prevent that alley-oop is to keep him from getting to the launching pad in the first place.
Here's Reyes. And the rebound goes to the Cavaliers. Drummond's got his 7th rebound here tonight.
And after that great first quarter from three-point range, he has finally come back to earth.
Jacks up a 3. The Knicks rebound. Passes it to Reyes. Here's Soto, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
And he just powered that
One of the game's top dunkers. Here's Baxter. Another 3 for Cleveland. Smooth sailing for New York. And Exum comes to help. Reyes, the pass to Robinson. Tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. Pass to Miller. One-on-one fast break. That shot misses. Some solid defense from Ingram. Guys, some great passing from him.
Yeah, everybody's touching it, and you're starting to see the assists pile up because the rhythm is on display offensively. And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Out of bounds, New York takes possession. And here's what the Cleveland Cavaliers schedule looks like. On Monday, they'll be matching up against Gordon Hayward and the Boston Celtics. And then on Wednesday, they'll go up against the Magic in Orlando.
And Kevin, I think you have to look at this as an opportunity to take a step forward. Sometimes tough road trips can bring the best out of a team and bring you closer together.
And it's Exum with the ball who will bring it up for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Drummond trying to get himself free and a missed layup.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Here's Exum, and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. He goes on Brandon Ingram.
Boy, don't you love to see the burst from Dante Exum, that lightning speed toward the cup, really nice.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
And a strong finish with 2 hands.
Straight power, homie. I mean, he ripped it down with both hands.
Absolutely a resounding dunk. So for New York, their last game will win against Oklahoma City. And out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession.
A moment now to see the numbers for lights out. 15 assists and just over 3 steals. And with his great passing, he's been a catalyst for their offense, often seeing plays even before they materialize.
There's no doubt about that. Great anticipation, excellent peripheral vision. His talents are really shining through.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the bench.
Pass to Drummond. Covered by Reyes. On the wing, Porter. Shot clock at 5. Off target from 3-point range. Smooth sailing for New York. To the left wing, Barrett wide open, he fires. And again, New York with the triple.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Back to Exum. Lobbed up there for Drummond, and Drummond throws it down.
Well, how about the outstanding vision from the crafty point guard, Dante Exum, seeing the floor beautifully.
Here's Reyes, and it's sent back by Drummond. And it's out of bounds to New York. They'll retain possession. Here's Reyes. Porter pulls it in.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good look.
Here's Exum. And some nice defense there to end the quarter. And through one half, it hasn't even been close. Knicks out front. They finish off the second quarter. It's been one outstanding game from lights out.
And the way he goes at defenders, he is bound to get to the line just like he did there in that first half.
I have to love his tenacity. This guy stays in attack mode, makes defenders work, tries to keep them off balance.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. And so in the game for the Cavaliers, we've got Kevin Love. Exum is out there with Garland. Then there's Andre Drummond, and it's Porter at the 3 slot. That's good from Reyes. It's such an honor to be on this with you, and you were the first female to become a full-time NBA analyst, breaking new ground. You've accomplished so much in your life, personally, professionally. What would you tell young women who are graduating college, looking to get ahead in their career in what you've chosen?
Well, first and foremost, I've been very lucky, Kevin. The game of basketball has been a part of my life since I was 7. It's been a driving force. I love it. I would just tell young women, times are changing. Dream big. There's nothing that's impossible. And I'm so thankful to the NBA players and coaches who have just wrapped their arms around me from the time I entered this business. So kudos to those players who are part of the change, no question.
And hard work. I have seen you work. I have seen you prepare. No one prepares more. No one works harder than you.
Thanks, Kev.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, we all know that circumstances and time changes everything. In Dallas, Dennis Smith Jr. thought he was going to be the cornerstone. But with the arrival of Luka Doncic, everything changed. The promising point guard was traded to the Knicks, and Smith said it was important. It's a big opportunity, and I've just got to make the most of it. Kevin, we know one thing. In New York, the ball is back in Smith's hands.
And D.A., that's when he is at his best. Thank you. Love finds Porter. Over Ingram. And that one's good by Porter. Porter's got 6. Knicks have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Reyes, the pass to Ingram. Here's lights out. 3-pointer. Cavaliers with the rebound. Drummond's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Now the pass to Garland. Trying to get open is Randall. Garland, no good.
He is just not taking smart shots out there, a pattern he has fallen into tonight.
The shot's good from Reyes.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
They get a hand on it. He swipes the ball away again. And that's his 6th steal of the night.
Imposing his will at the defensive end.
And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel. Cavaliers have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Garland, the pass to Drummond. Dishes it to Garland. Outside, Porter. Fires the 3. They grab their own miss. Drummond. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Selected 9th overall in the 2012 draft, Drummond's carved out a nice NBA career for himself.
He hits one and misses one, each at the line. You look at the former All-Star Andre Drummond and the way he rebounds, Greg. He might be the best in the league in that department.
I mean, few players in the history of the league can go off for 20-plus rebounds on any given night. Drummond's one of them. Attacks the glass on the offensive end so well. His offensive rebounding, for me, sets him apart.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Thompson's checked in. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for the Knicks. Looking to get back on track here. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. For Cleveland, they have shot that free throw good from Thompson.
We've seen this explosion of Canadian players in the NBA. And really, Tristan Thompson led that way. The fourth pick back in 2011, Thompson was, at that point, the highest drafted Canadian in NBA history.
Oh, Porter in position, and stolen by Cauley Stein. He lobs it up, and again, another assist.
That makes 15 assists.
He's been one step ahead of the defense all game long. Now, here's Exum, covered by Smith. Back to Exum, shoots a three. Robinson pulls it in. Robinson's got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. And Thompson may have led the way for Canadians, but as far as where the league is going, Greg, he's a throwback player.
I mean, a rebounder and rim runner. His game is built on toughness and hustle.
You know, Doris, when you think of the best dunkers at that guard position, you have to include Dennis Smith Jr.
His explosiveness, Dennis Smith Jr., is off the charts. Boy, when he is attacking the puck, as a defensive player, you better be on point or he's going to put it on your head.
A tall and powerful big, Drummond has a natural ability to finish inside.
Shoots from the baseline. Oh, good from Reyes. Now Cleveland shooting 37% so far in the third quarter, and they're not satisfied with this lack of offensive execution.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand, and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even at a power finish.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
And I think that's the one thing every player is searching for, consistency. They're giving this guy a chance to carry the offense once again.
Unable to get that one. Nance with some nice D. Miller, the pass to Drummond. And Drummond throws it down.
With a large frame and a willingness to get physical, Drummond's a relentless rebounder.
This is his second trip to the free throw line.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as he'd like. And he's been a force on the glass all game long.
A lot of it comes down to great fundamentals, establishing position early, controlling the backboards.
Robinson with the block. 6-second difference between shot and game clock. Cauley Stein with it, and it's Miller picking him up. No good from Reyes.
And it didn't fall, but that's the kind of shot they want their offense to create.
You know, it can be frustrating when you make the right play and fail to reap the rewards. You just have to stay with it here.
Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Lights out, Scott, 48.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
And so it's the New York Knicks enjoying the kind of gigantic lead you almost never see. And let's go back to a terrific pass.
Yeah, you know a thing or two about a point guard's job. Set the table for your teammates. Done there perfectly.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Setting the floor for the Knicks. We've got lights out. Knox out there with Mitchell Robinson. And it's Soto in at the power forward position. 4-on-3 break. Passes to Baxter from 20 feet out. Kept alive.
Smooth. Guys, a very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they? Reyes. And yep, another basket.
My goodness. 50 for the game.
Yep, he is putting on a show. Here's something kind of interesting. There's been a lot of talk about moving the draft to after free agency. agency. What would that look like?
Well, I think talent is always going to be at a premium. So I would think if there's a guy that's the absolute definitive number one pick, he's going number one regardless of roster construction. But the reality is it might help those teams who maybe if they know who's on the roster, it might change the kind of draft selection they would make. So it's an interesting supposition. We'll see if the NBA moves in that direction.
Chipped away. First minute and a half of basketball play here in the fourth quarter.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
Back to Drummond. Buries it from three-point range.
Now, the D giving him a little bit of space beyond the three-point line, and that's all the room he needs.
And down it goes, jamming that one home.
You know, they barely needed other contributions. This lead has been built through his offense.
Cavaliers have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Inside, score the basket, his 5th of the game. He's missed 6 shots against those 5 makes.
There is an imagination, a creativity. This guy's passing drives the offense.
And he lays in the alley-oop.
Oh, just a picture-perfect alley-oop. You gotta love that one,
A
Jeff.
little surprised, Greg. He didn't go for the big slam, but it works just the same. Guarded by Berea. Hiring college basketball coaches has been kind of hit or miss, Doris. Why do you think that's so?
Well, obviously, coaching in college and coaching in the NBA are drastically different things. As a college coach, you've got to be concerned about the eligibility of your young men. You've got to be recruiting the next crop, even while you're coaching your current group and your current roster. In the NBA, you get to focus exclusively on coaching. You're not talking about recruiting. You're not having to deal with anything other than grown men who have a desire for greatness in the NBA. And I think so much of it doesn't necessarily mean success or failure, whether you come from college or not. Success in the NBA is a multifaceted proposition. So I don't necessarily define it as, oh, this guy came from college, this guy came from the European leagues, this guy has been an NBA assistant. So many things go into it, Kev. Well, he had the defense's attention, dropping 2 threes in the first half, but he hasn't made one since.
Here's Reyes. And the Knicks miss again. Cleveland's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Pass to Batson. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Here's Zizic. It's deflected. Here's lights out to the middle. Here's Berea, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
Good on the second free throw. The Cavaliers have gone 3 of 8 here in the fourth quarter. People look at that general manager position with the team. I think it grows with some organization, maybe shrinks in importance with others. But by and large, it is more stable than coaching, isn't it? That position of being a GM.
Yeah, and I think, Kevin, if you were to ask coaches, one of the things I've heard sort of thrown out there as an idea is when you list the head coach's record, why not list the GM's record as well? Because the reality is success in the NBA is contingent on so many things. What's your ownership like? What kind of front office personnel? Have they made great decisions? Do you have the best possible coaching comparative to the talent on your roster? So much contributes to winning, Kevin. Well, the defense daring him to shoot, and he makes them pay for their disrespect.
Here's Reyes, and good, he hits it again. That's 62 points, 62.
Amazing, a remarkable performance from him so far.
High, arcing shot. Out of bounds, New York takes possession.
Boy, not sure what happened on that one. Just an unforced error.
For New York, they've gone 7 of 9 from the field down the stretch here in the fourth quarter. Terrific shooting.
Well, overall, they're the team getting the better looks here in this second half.
And I think what's happening is they're getting their shots within the flow of their offense, and you can clearly see the difference.
Pass to Windler. Back to Zizic. Here's Windler. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Baxter. The three-pointer, no good. Here's lights out. Picked off in midair. Guarded by Berea. Doris, basketball continues to gain in popularity around the world, doesn't it? It's amazing to me.
It does. Adam Silver, the commissioner, has said, I believe we can be the #1 spot in the world. Obviously, they have to overcome the soccer, and that's popularity. But think about this, Kevin, how inclusive a game basketball is. And the love spans across gender, race, ethnicity, religious affiliation. And the best part about the game of basketball is this, Kevin. When you're growing up and trying to get better, you need a ball, you need a hoop, and you need you. And you don't need anything else.
That is so well said. Reyes, the pass to Baines, uses both hands to slam it down.
Yeah, they're rolling right now. That lead continues to grow.
And one of the things that's helped that is they're getting it done on both ends. Terrific focus on offense, and they're locked in defensively.
Guarded by Berea. Miller, the pass to Baxter. Off the run. That's good. It's Miller with the assist. Miller's got 3 assists now in this one. The Knicks shooting the ball really well in this game, 58%. The pass to Soto. A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
I tell you, he's playing the game with pure excitement right
He
now.
capped off that dunk with some serious hang time on the rim. Cleveland moving it around. Pass to Baxter. Launches it. Oh, good on that one. The Knicks go the other way with it. To the inside. Soto. And another assist for him. And that's his 20th assist. Wow.
Just doing a great job at orchestrating the offense.
Teams that they can keep the rights to their best player. We see it in other leagues. With the franchise tag ever make its way, do you think, to the NBA?
Well, this is going to be a negotiation point between the Players Association and the league itself. And the reality is it's going to have to be negotiated. What we know unequivocally, Kevin, is that these players now in the player empowerment era have more control about what franchise they play for and how long the duration of their contract is. How this all shakes out remains to be seen, but it is a point of conversation amongst the 30 NBA teams and the league leadership. There's no question about it.
Pressured that shot by getting a hand up just as good as a block.
And he did it without fouling, and that's become an art, changing shots without making contact.
And they're doing a very good job at the line this half.
That's good for Reyes. Kevin Knox is checked in for New York. All free throws, good for Reyes.
Oh my gosh, I just got that.
The Cavaliers shooting just 31% in the game. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Shot to stop the run. The rebound by Reyes. And he makes good on the layup.
This guy has been unstoppable. It has not mattered at all what the defense throws at him. He's had an answer.
Pass to Windler. Here's Zizic. Well, some of these players are making more money on endorsement deals than on their NBA contracts. I mean, I shake my head at that, don't you?
It's an amazing time in which we live because the power of social media and the understanding of today's athlete that their brand is significant and that their brand extends outside of the lines of competition. You see so many men who have overseas opportunities, whether you're talking Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Donovan Mitchell, they understand the power of the face and the talents they bring to the table. Truly, truly remarkable young men.
Remarkable indeed.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Trying to break that ice cold streak. And the first one at the line is good. The Knicks making a switch here. Robinson's checked in. Second free throw, no good. Well, you look at the length of Knox, Doris, his arm span, his frame. He can be a handful.
No doubt. Kevin Knox is able, because of that frame you talked about, to shrug off contact and muscle through most players. His reach allows him to be disruptive on the defensive end. So in terms of the physical metrics, you love what this guy brings to the table.
Zizic passes to Windler. And the layup's good off the glass. Windler's got his first points of the game.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Right on the bucket.
Boy, what else is new? This guy's accuracy this quarter has been phenomenal.
Pass to Zizic. Here's Windler. Out to Miller. A three. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. Lights out, Scott. His 18th rebound here tonight. All over the place.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely great. That makes the turnover even more painful.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it's really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Knicks.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And it'll advance their win total up to 12 on the season.
And as we get set to put this one to bed, a one-sided season series thus far, they've won 2 straight.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and look at the stats, just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Lights Out.
Boy, I think you could pick about any area of this basketball game and feel like he excelled in it. He was a dominant figure at both ends of the floor and finishes with a triple-double. What an unbelievable performance.
And once they smelled blood in the water, you could see the killer instinct take over.
And you want to save your best for last. Tonight, they've done that and then some.
The pass to Zizic. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Here's Windler, and it's good for 2.
And that's almost automatic anytime he can get the ball in that position.
Reyes, the pass to Brasdeikis. Here's Lights Out. And he could not get them one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Now, I'll tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
That's good from Reyes.
Oh my gosh, I just got that.
Both free throws good from Reyes.